guys, welcome back to the Secret Garden of Eden. This is Susie, and I'm here today to talk about self-love. So many people preach self-love, and it pisses me off royally. If you get up in the morning and you brush your teeth, you comb your hair, you get nice clothes on, you present a beautiful image to the world that you are wanting to show everybody that you are poised, you are beautiful, you do nice things for people, you don't lack self-love. When I left a narcissist, I was told I needed to love myself. That's not true. I didn't need to love myself because I did. I left him. When I found a few mentors that told me that I needed to change my story, and my story was, my ex-husband wasn't nice. My ex-husband was mean. My ex-husband was doing this. My ex was doing that. My ex was doing this. My ex was doing that. I created him being even a bigger monster. I created that because I bought a story a long time ago that he didn't treat me nicely. He didn't do nice things for me. And instead of going, no, he does this nice for me, he does that nice for me, I continued to buy the story that nothing worked out and he just did whatever he wanted and didn't care about my feelings. I still got up every morning and I got dressed. I still got up every morning and I brushed my teeth. I left him thinking, oh, it's going to be better. Wrong, because the words I was saying were still, why won't he leave me alone? Why can't he move on? Why is he doing this? It was still all about buying into that drama story. So you broke up with somebody. You need to find self-love. You had a fight with your best friend. You need to find self-love. You had a fight with your kids. You need to find self-love. No, 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 no. I am going to call bullshit. You need to stop telling those stories. You need to start focusing on, why is everything working out in your life? Why is it working out? Because you changed your story. People are loving. People are respectful. I am treated with love and respect. It doesn't matter what I do or say. People show me love and respect. If that's the story I am telling, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to be respected. When I go to the car dealership, I'm going to be respected. When I'm picking out my puppy, I'm going to be respected. When I go to the bar because my cable TV is out and I'm watching the Alabama football game, they are going to respect me and allow me to watch the game because the story I'm telling is people love and respect me. And if they respect me, that means they're treating me nice. I'm no longer telling a story that I'm being abused, I'm being manipulated, I'm being treated with disrespect. I'm changing my story. And since I've changed my story, I still have to talk to that person because I have children with him. But guess what? I can have a nice conversation with him. And one of the conversations I used to love to have with him was about sports. A simple conversation about sports. But the rest of the stuff that he talked about, I used to always sit there and gripe about to everybody who would listen. I was Hulk Hogan, telling everybody how miserable I was and how bad things were going and constantly repeating the story. And people would say, Susie, change your story. But they would never tell me how to change my story. They would say, start saying everything works out for me. Well, everything wasn't working out for me because I was still telling the old story because I didn't know how to change it. Neville teaches everything is a state that you live in. So if you live in the state, I don't love myself, then that is the state you're in. But you don't have to love yourself to be living your dream life. You don't have to love yourself to be dating your dream guy. You don't have to love yourself to do anything. Because if you literally walked around going, I hate myself, but I'm living my dream life, that's exactly what you're going to get. It is completely 100% the story that is coming out of your mouth. It's not what you're thinking in your head. It's not what you're imagining. It's the words coming out of your mouth. Stop saying what you don't want. I don't know how many times and how many different ways I can say this. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Because when you stop, nothing happens. You get a brief moment of peace. And then you start thinking, well, what do I want? I want to have an amazing life. Well, what does that include? A loving husband, a loving wife, the car of your dreams, the house of your dreams, the bank account of your dreams, friends that you can go out with, people that love and respect you. What exactly is it? Because those are the things that you start thinking about more. I want to have an amazing life. Well, you can't have an amazing life if you're talking about the crap story. You can't have an amazing life if you're walking around going, I want to have an amazing life, but because of this, I can't. You have to stop telling that story. You have to forget that story ever existed. You created it. Somewhere along the line, somebody said something, you thought something, and this story became, boom, an explosion. And you created a lifetime, a mess, whatever you want to call it. Some people survive a bad marriage, and the next marriage they have is the same. Some people survive a bad relationship, and the next relationship they have is absolutely amazing because they did what The Rock did. I have $7 in my pocket and I will never be broke again. He changed his story. And according to the law of attraction, that story should have been, I had $7 in my pocket and now I'm going to be wealthy. The words don't matter as long as you're focusing forward with the story you want to tell. I am successful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am happy. I'm living my dream life. Test that. For the next 21 days, walk around and just say, why am I living my dream life? Isn't it wonderful I'm living my dream life? Thank you, God, I'm living my dream life. I don't know why I'm living my dream life, but I'm living my dream life. And everything is working out for me because I'm living my dream life. And all of a sudden, you're going to find out that the water's parted because Moses opened up the bridge. And you're walking through and there's water on either side of you and you're not getting a drop of it on you because you changed your story. In order to live your dreams, you have to let go. In order to focus forward, and I love that word, you have virtual goggles on and you only see what is in front of you. So I only see the side of my hands, the camera, my coffee cup, which is just on the other side of the camera, my canvas. But because I'm looking in the canvas, I also see the door behind me and my painting behind me. I have to forget that that is behind me. And I have to only see this. That's why in racing they put side blinders on horses. So they can't see the other horse coming up on the other side of them. They only see forward on the racetrack. That's why we have tunnel vision. That's why I call it virtual goggles. Because in your virtual goggles, you are literally looking at the life you want. But in 3D, because you gave it a nickname, you are now talking about the life you don't have. Your focus is 100% on why I don't have this. Why is it not working out for me? So when I changed, I'm not going to say my ex is a friend, but I'm going to say I can have a civil conversation with him at this point because I understand when they said change your story, what it means. Tony Robbins preaches it. Change your story, ask better questions. Neville Goddard, imagination creates your reality. So we imagine something. We've already planted the seed because we've imagined it. Now our thoughts are, how do we get it? Stop. Why did I get it? Should be the question you're asking, because that's a better question. If you have to use the how word, I don't know how I got it, but I did. If you have to use words that I consider bad words, I'm working on it. I'm trying. I intend and hope. I intend, to me, the meaning I personally put to it is that I'm hoping for something to happen. And the definition of hope is waiting, wanting something to happen, knowing it never will. So I don't like those 4 words, but I'm not going to tell you you can't use them. Because if you are walking around saying, I intend to get this and I got it, it's going to work for you. If you said, I hope I got this and I did, then you're going to get it. To simplify it, I got it. I got it. I got it. I finally got what everybody teaches. And everybody teaches differently. And we bounce from one teacher to another, to another, to another. We watch one YouTube video, and then we see something that catches our eye underneath there, and we watch another person. And then we watch another person. And we spend the entire day veg watching 100 YouTube videos, and we're so confused that we can't see straight, and then we still tell the story of why life isn't changing. When we can all simplify it, and you're still not going to understand and comprehend. It is 100% the story you're telling. You are the author. If you need to, change your pen. Because no matter what, you're telling a story. If you work a job, people come in and you're dealing with retail. They're going to come up to you and they're going to tell you whatever they want you to hear. And some of those stories may upset you, and some of them may not. Some of them you can't brush off. Some of them you do. But everybody tells the story, guys. And you need to focus only on the stories you want to tell. If you're imagining it, your thoughts are about it, and your words are the opposite. That's why you're not getting what you want. If you're imagining it, your thoughts are it, and your words are, why is this working out? Why am I getting this? Why is this happening for me? That is what you're getting. And most people don't understand or teach that it is that simple. But stop telling people that they're not getting something or they're constantly doing something because they don't love themselves. Because I'm tired of fixing those people. They come to me crying, help me love myself so I can have a better life. But yet their hair's done, their makeup's done, their nails are done. And they are telling me about why they don't love themselves. Because I have lousy relationships. Because I struggle financially. Because everything I do backfires on me. I take 3 steps forward and I get knocked back 2. So every time I take 2 steps forward, I get knocked back 3. I get it even worse. The people who come to me and say, I don't want to tell that story because this is what I want, those are the ones that are successful. They understand that the more they talk, the more they're creating. The more they're creating, the more they're seeing it. So I'm standing on a bridge and it's burning on both ends. You're thinking you're crazy, Susie. No, just hear me out. I'm not. I'm standing on a bridge and there's planks on every step of the bridge from both ends to the middle. And I'm standing in the middle. I could look at the bridges on fire and I'm going to fall. Or I can look at every piece of planking that burns is getting me closer to my manifestation. It's getting me closer to my dream life. So each one burns one by one by one by one. And all of a sudden I'm standing there on the middle board. Everything else is burnt. But I'm living my dream life. Because I burned the bridges and said, Everything that happens to me is a bridge to get to my dream life. I burnt that bridge and now I'm living my dream life. I burnt this bridge and I'm living my dream life. Or you can say, every step on the bridge, I'm going to start on this side, and every step I take brings me closer to my dream life. If a bridge is just an incident that happens and you're looking for it, you're stuck in the middle, and you're still telling the story of why it's not working. To focus forward, every step I take, every breath I take, every word that comes out of my mouth, every thought in my head, every imaginal act, every question I ask needs to be 100% focused on what I desire, what I want, what I choose my life to be. And when you can eat, sleep, and breathe knowing that every word I say is creating my dream life, then the only phrase you need to say for the rest of your life is, why am I happily married? Why am I living my dream life? Why is everything always working out for me? Because those three are the better questions. Those three questions will change everything in your life. And every time somebody does something for you, you go, that's why I'm happily married, because he did something nice for me. Now that's why I'm happily married, because he left the toilet seat down. That's why I'm happily married. He brought me flowers. That's why I'm happily married, because he said, babe, you look beautiful today. And you take each one of those little things and they build and they build and they build. And then all of a sudden, that horrible marriage that you're talking about becomes your dream marriage. I didn't know this when I was married. So somebody said, ask why. And I'd be like, that's not why. Well, obviously that's not why. Obviously that's not why. Because I was literally Hulk Hogan sitting on a plane complaining about how my life was when somebody tapped him on the shoulder and gave him a book. Ask, believe, and receive. I ask for an amazing life. To believe I have an amazing life, I have to start asking, why do I have an amazing life? To receive that amazing life, all I have to do is walk around and say, my life is amazing. I can thank God. I can thank myself. I can thank the universe. I can thank whoever I want, as long as my focus is only on I am living my dreams. Because until you guys change your story, you're going to buy all of the stuff, been there, done that, have the degree in it. It's why I am so adamant when I say, stop saying that, stop writing that. If you want to ask a question, I know I created the situation and I'm stuck in the middle. How do I change it? And give me bullet points. Because the bullet points that you want to change are how we ask those better questions. It's how we turn our life around and say, I have an amazing life. And I have created an amazing life. It has taken years of unlearning the wrong ways to do things. And I may come across as Abdul. I may come across as Abdulette. I may be harsh. But I don't want to see anybody walk in my footsteps. I don't want to see anybody reaching out to somebody going, I don't understand, how did I create this? And then give me a 7-page letter on how I created that. Because I've been that person. And until somebody actually explained what changing my story meant, it didn't change. And when I changed my stories, I didn't have to worry about the beliefs. I didn't have to think, well, I believe that I need self-love in order to create this amazing life. Because when I changed my story, the new beliefs set in. The new beliefs took over. The new beliefs were already there. And I was sitting different. I was walking different. I was talking different. And I was telling people a different story. I want to change your life. But if you continue to tell this, that's why you're stuck in this problem. And maybe I don't say it in the nicest way. But we all know that I'm blunt. And I apologize for being blunt. But if somebody had been blunt with me a long time ago, I wouldn't have gone through a lot of what I did to be sitting here today. So when I sit there and say, no, I said no, I said no, nope, it's because I love you and I want you to live your dreams. I want you to be glorious and happy. And I want you to have a loving life. And all that is simply saying, I created this crap. Now I'm creating this story. And the more I talk about why everybody's nice to me, why everybody loves me, why everybody's helpful to me, then I can make a phone call and go, is your boyfriend around? Because he took apart my coffee pot and I can't put it back together and I'm just like trying to figure it out and I need coffee. And you get, I don't have any coffee. Well, bring a cup. I'll make you coffee if you put my coffee pot back together. So we put my coffee pot back together. I have 2 cups of coffee. They're both on the other side of my camera, holding up my camera, because my big cup is in the dishwasher. But that's okay. It needs to be cleaned. But we all know I love my Alabama coffee mug. It holds 30 ounces. Coffee loves me. Coffee makes me healthy. This is the stories I tell about coffee. So if I tell that same story about people, people love me. They're helpful. They're nice. I date amazing people. I have amazing friends. I argue with my friends over who's paying for dinner, not the stories they're telling. I get served dinner first and my friends go, that's because you're spoiled. It's the stories we're telling, guys, and the more we tell about the stuff we don't want, the more we tell about I need self-love, the more we're stuck in the drama and the crap that we don't want. The more we start telling, I love life. Life is amazing. Life gives me riches. I'm financially thriving because I make more than I spend. I went from struggling to I make more than I spend. So when I go shopping, I don't look at the prices. I don't add up what I spend in the shopping cart. And when I get to the register, there is a lady I know who said you're just going to swipe your card knowing the money's there. And she kept telling me, I don't check my balance on my bank account. I just go to the register and slide my card. And that's what you do when you change your story and all of a sudden money is easy and you're making more than you spend. And it doesn't have to change the dollar amount you spend. You can make $20,000 a year and say you're struggling. Or you can make $20,000 a year and say I'm living my dream life and I'll see you guys when I get back from Paris. So, I'm fixing my relationship with my ex. I've changed my money. I have better relationships with everybody. I get to go out to dinner with my friends. I get to go clothes shopping. I don't get upset when a 3-year-old gets into my pants and puts a handprint on my brand new pants. I don't yell at people anymore, but I am blunt. And maybe I need to change that story, that my message comes across nice and loving. And occasionally, I'm going to still need to be blunt. I created my dream life. I'm living it. I'm walking, talking, and breathing it. I wake up in the morning and I'm happy to get out of bed. I come home at night, and some nights I'm exhausted, and I will sit down and relax for an hour and go straight to bed. That's my choice. That's my story. And I love my life. And it took over 7 years to get here. 7 years. And if I can cut it down to months for you, so if I take 7 years and make it 7 months, how much more amazing would your life be for that 6+ years? You didn't go through what I did. So being 100% raw and real, self-love is a state. And it's a story people tell when they should be saying, we need to change your story. And if you don't know how to change your story, ask. Because I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. And if we need to tweak your story, I'll tweak your story. If we need to focus on a certain aspect first, we can. If we need to change it all right now, 100%, a completely different opposite story than what you're telling, we can do that. All it takes is one person to say, stop saying that, and start saying this. So maybe I haven't created the $1 billion in my bank account, but I've got something way better than money. I have a life I thoroughly love and enjoy. What I do is what I want. What I say is what I want. Everything I think, do, and say is in alignment, and as a result, everything works out for me. Literally, everything always works out for me. And the more you say that, that's your new belief, because you stop saying, I don't understand why. Instead, you started saying, I don't understand why everything's always working out for me. I don't understand how my life changed so fast, but it did. Isn't it wonderful? I'm living my dream life. Thank you, Father. I'm living my dream life. Thank you, Father. I'm living my dream life. How many words is that? Thank you, Father. I'm living my dream life. 7 words. 7 years to learn 7 words. So I will continue to be me. And I will continue to tell you, only say the things that you want. Because been there, done that. And now, what I created is my dream life. And I will get you there one way or another. The rest of you, have a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to go watch football and order pizza. I think we'll do Italian sausage and onions this time, cut in squares. How long do you think it'll take for the pizza delivery guy to show up? I don't know, but I guarantee you I'll find a football game to watch while it's on there. Alabama played yesterday and they won. Maybe they'll replay that game and I can watch it again. That'd be fun. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love you, and here's to your dream life.